Hello YouTubers. So this is going to be a recap of the C# from scratch course where I get to go through all the stuff that I've talked to you about in the past 10 videos, and then you get to go through these. These are going to be the basics and the foundation of every C# course that's going to follow this one, because as I'm giving you things that are very basic, things that just gets you off the ground, I assume no previous knowledge whatsoever with programming or C# or the IDE. I'm gonna go ahead real quick and then I'm gonna show you the stuff that we talked about. So we talked about variables, how we save numbers and how we save words, strings, booleans, how to save things in arrays. We talked about how to reserve that place in memory and then reuse these values into doing other things with our program. We also talked about flow control. We talked about if statements and switch cases, things that you can use to have your program decide based on a specific input, what to do with the data and how to act upon it. The third portion of this was the iteration. If you have a list of things, or you want to continue to do things, something for iterative number of times, what do? You have while option, you have the do while option, you have the for and for each, right? These are the very basic things that you could use to iterate through a bunch of numbers, iterate through an array and do something with it. We also talked about an introduction about object-oriented programming. What are classes? How do you visualize something in real life and then turn that into either properties or methods, things that the visualized object could do, or things that can be done to that object, and also things like properties, things that describe that object from an information perspective, like for a student, for instance, what's their name, what's their age, date of birth, what class they're in, and then you use that data and manipulate it for your own program to serve a specific need. Go through these things. This is basically, like I said, is going to be the fundamentals of starting to learn C#. The next course for this one is going to be scratching the surface with C#, where I'm going to dive deeper into these particular subjects in programming. There will be a lot to learn about, from a control flow perspective, from an iteration, from variables. I called it flow control. And then if you have any questions or comments, if you have anything that you want to ask about, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video if you feel it can provide value for anyone and I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in another course.